Are you kidding me? Who told you that?
It's a known fact.
No. Incorrect. Incorrect. You are absolutely incorrect.
Everybody knows at school.
There's always three sides to a story. His, hers, and the truth. Welcome to He Said, She Said, South Florida Style, starring Amy Schreibman and Mike L. Mudici.
Typical caveman response.
Logic versus illogic.
Yes, and apparently I am the only one with logic in the room.
My wife tells me that all the time.
Exactly.
Listen to learn more about what he said and about what she said.
How does Noah deal with this?
He deals with it very well because I am in charge.
Understood.
As most women are.
Not in my household.
Oh, please, please stop it now.
No, Abby's in charge.
You're damn right she's in charge.
When she's home with the kids.
And maybe, just maybe, you can pick a side. And now, here's Dr. Amy Schreibman and Mike L. Mudici with our show.
Again, I don't drink.
Hello. We are on the air. We are live. We're having a little chat. I'm having a little sugar hangover from the Broad Show. We are here.
We're having one of those Donald Trump moments
are
when you're
having-
off the air, but you're being recorded.
Dirty Mike.
Oh, it's a hot mic.
yeah.
We're on a hot mic.
A hot mic.
I just want to say that we are He Said, She Said, South Florida style. And we have a guest this evening. This is Nancy Tarquinio. She is my best friend since I'm 13 years old. Do you remember that?
I most
do you know
certainly
how
do.
we met? Because I walked into, we went to Catholic school, all girls, all Catholic, all the time.
Those are going to be some good
And we were in
stories.
Latin
you know,
class.
Catholic
We
girls.
were in Latin, and I walked in, and I'm like,
We had a mean teacher,
Very mean.
and there was no place.
"Hi, Mrs. Vitrano, if you're listening."
That
You
was
were
the
kind of
name.
mean.
We had a mean
But
teacher.
she's still alive, She's on Facebook.
Be
but
nice,
anyway,
be nice.
no. So I walked in, and there were no seats.
And she was so nervous.
I was so
Amy
nervous.
was so nervous.
I
I
was.
went,
Amy, nervous?
No,
Yeah.
she went like this. She went, "Hey,
come sit over here.
And that-
In that
we-
Bronx
we-
As he began-
accent.
We were friends.
Sit over
You're
here.
not from the Bronx. I thought you were from Canada.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, and I'm from England.
Yeah.
No, but that's how we met, and we've been friends ever since.
Ever since.
She lives in New Jersey now, but I was actually in her bridal party,
Yes.
and I am godmother to Rocco.
And I was not in her bridal party
Because
I
why?
was
Giving birth. She was giving birth that day to her third
That was the
child, which
excuse.
is my godchild.
That was the excuse?
It's
He was
true.
born on my birthday, my first
yeah.
son.
I
He's
thought
my
I
godchild.
thought the gals of the last couple weekends were your best friends. So how many best
I'm
friends do
sorry.
you have?
I'm sorry, girls from where?
The last few weekends? On the
I'm
show?
getting mad.
don't know
Yeah,
what he's talking
He
about.
said, no, it's okay. It's okay.
Balaki's here tonight.
Balaki.
Blake's here tonight.
Balaki.
Blake, the engineer, he's my man crush, right, Blakey?
Hey. What's up with that?
I love Blake.
She loves younger men.
I do.
know.
I'm married to
Yeah,
him.
I
Look
am.
at that
I'm younger.
smile.
I'm
Look at
younger. What are
that.
you talking about? I'm younger. Not much younger.
No, I like him really young.
That's what I'm talking
Puma.
about.
Pumalicious.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's,
I am very much malicious. But we on the previous show that I am on is called Two Bros from Boca. I'm not plugging it, but I am. We had the cake war winner here. Oh my God, they left us all this cake. It is. You gotta go. I'm not kidding. It's so good. It's so
Very
good.
good. I had a brownie. It was excellent.
Oh my God, forget it.
There's a delicious
It's almost
parfait
as
over
good as
there,
me.
too.
You got to taste that thing. I'm not
I
kidding.
will.
All right, let me just say it. You need to call us. You need to just talk to us and tell us what's going on. 1-888-565-1470. So what's been going on? How's the week? You in the DR? How was
I was
that?
in the DR.
So
It was
his other
it was
family.
very good, and no other family, just my one family. That's it. And as you said, I've got two wives, my work wife and my wonderful.
The real wife.
wife.
She did
Really.
an excellent job.
I want to do a shout out for her. She did a fantastic job.
She
kicked.
behind.
She did great.
She's
she did
so
great.
we kills
We
me.
want to have her and Noah on. We
It's
have to have
hard.
them on.
Wait, on Monday night. Yeah. We can. Joel skip fencing one night and he can come here.
I think we need to. But I got
He-
back
he's
from the DR.
afraid,
It was
though.
good. And tomorrow I'm going to Vegas.
His life is hard, isn't it?
Don't
Fine.
start. Don't start. I'm already getting the.
Hard, like,
I'm getting it at
abs,
home like
we
that.
gotta
you know?
talk. We
Yeah,
gotta
yeah,
talk.
yeah. I'm
And
coming
when
back
are you
on
back
Saturday.
from that?
Saturday.
It's a nice life you got there going.
Uh-huh.
Lucy. You
Yeah,
got a nice life.
It's good. It's a life.
So besides Abby, what are the things that you fear? Do you have fears
Besides Abby.
besides Abby?
Hey, you know what? That's a Freudian slip.
No, seriously. Do you have any fears? You're fearless.
No, I don't
You're from
really
the
have
Bronx. You
many
have no fears.
fears.
You have the fears of like the what?
You know what the problem
Mets
with
win?
me is? No, with the Mets, I don't do sports
She's
like
not
her.
a Spinoa.
I start fights,
She makes me look like a rank amateur.
but I've never gotten into a fist fight.
I'm just
I
trying to tell
have.
everybody in our listening audience
have.
that you can't, if you're not watching this on live, Facebook Live, when she said I start fights, her fist clenched.
Yeah.
Like she was like Rocky Balboa.
Ready.
You never had a fist fight?
Never.
Not even
Just once.
Oh,
Just once.
Just
fist
once.
fight.
With your husband.
No, that
And you kicked his butt.
He's
No,
so
that-
nice.
throwing Gatorade bottles and ice picks is my fighting with my husband. I'm talking about like
Picks.
you
are from the Bronx.
Ice pick.
Bada bing bing.
If you're really mad, it's an ice pick moment.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
No, she's joking. No, but seriously, you never had a fist fight in the Bronx?
One.
I did.
Actually, I had just one.
Not a proud moment.
Yeah, I just clocked somebody right in the face and she went down.
That was last week?
No, I was about 12 then.
I think we need some more white sangria. I don't know.
Oh, I love sangria.
You do.
I
You
do.
just said before the show in the green room,
I
you
don't
drink.
drink.
Your doctor tells
No,
you to
she
stop
doesn't.
drinking.
She
You don't
can't
drink.
I don't.
Yeah, but when you have a headache, you drink scotch.
I
That's
do.
what you just told me.
Well, tell Mike the other story.
When she was pregnant,
This was the second
this is
baby.
what gave me my fear of having children. I never wanted children.
You got pregnant from a bottle of scotch?
No.
No,
Okay,
wait till you hear the Scotch bottles story.
She was married like at 23. I didn't get married until
Right.
35. So I would be, we would still be hanging out all the time together. And I would go over her house. We kind of lived really near each other at one point in time.
And
So
I
would
had
go
a
like-
newborn, but I had a 1-year-old
There was
also.
a bottle of scotch, and she had very huge babies, like almost 10-pound babies.
Yeah.
So there's a bottle
Wow.
of scotch on her refrigerator, and I'd come, and it was
Every
getting
day she was
less,
coming.
And I'm like,
And then a new bottle appeared.
And being the nurse, I said to her, I think you have a drinking problem.
And I
said,
got so
she
irate.
got so
But wait, who was
insane.
drinking all the
She was
scotch?
drinking the scotch. I'm like, why? She goes, it's for medicinal
It's medicinal
purposes.
purposes.
Because she said, my
Cannabis.
pelvis.
My pelvis was fractured
Okay, wait.
From
This
the-
is before birth or after birth?
after. So
Okay.
I have a baby in my arms. I got a 1-year-old crying. So, and I was in pain.
It was
Oh my God.
So, and they didn't give you no pain medicine back then.
Right.
So I used
you
Scotch.
you made scotch.
Well, I seen it on movies. So remember when they used to do in the movies the amputation? Or they put
So,
the squat.
so obviously you're a drinker. So you're not.
No, I don't
BS
drink,
and BS.
though.
But anyway,
You did
so you're
not.
obviously a drinker. But this one over here, your sidekick for life.
God.
Yes.
Yeah, she was having a good time with the white sangria.
have to
She's not a drinker, though.
Well, obviously,
She's
she
not
had
a
one sip
drinker.
and she was like dancing on the tables.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, give me a drink and I'll follow you anywhere.
Bada bing, bada bang.
It's the truth. It's the truth. No, but seriously, that was my fear of having, after seeing her pain, I was like, I don't know.
I think I had a walker. I'm not kidding. I had a
They were
walker.
really
A walker.
big kids. They were really huge kids.
You said you have a glass of water or a water?
No, I was
Water.
like a.
Next week I won't.
Sorry,
you won't
I'm
even
from
be able-
Chicago,
yeah, you
everybody.
won't even let
We
me-
say water, we say pop.
we say orange.
Orange.
My
An
my
orange.
son is raised in Jersey. Like he was
Born in, well,
born in Rockland and then raised to speak in Jersey. And he says things like soda,
soda,
water,
water.
Water.
yeah, water.
Sorry.
sorry. Yeah, that's something weird like that.
Yeah, we don't talk
And,
like that.
and they don't, and they say, like, the word MOTHER?
Mother.
Yeah, your mother.
They say,
Mother.
They say,
Mother.
We say
They-
mother.
I say mother.
Hey, mother.
When I first said something to Noah, when Noah and I first had like an argument about something, I went, never. He goes, how do you spell that? I said,
Yep.
Neva, never.
Right.
That was terrible.
And it seems like when I had to ever go to a school conference, I would have to meditate and say, teach your voice. Teach your voice. Remember that?
Teach your
She'd have
voice.
to
Teach your
Bottle of
voice.
scotch.
She'd have
Teach
to-
your
No,
voice.
no,
Bottle
no.
of
Teach your
scotch.
voice. And then
I have to have cake.
something started going a little off in this teacher conference. All right.
Go
Then the
south.
Bronx came out. And then I said, I have nothing better to do than to sit here all
And
day
kick
and
your-
watch what you're doing. And I'm going to buy one of those clickers. Click, 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 click. All right. That's what happens when I don't meditate long enough.
I understand.
And-
you've been married for how long?
30 years, June 29th.
Hey, congratulations.
Thank you.
Never had a fight.
Never had
Ah.
a fight? Yeah. That he won. I can tell you that.
No.
There was a
Nicest
time.
guy. Nicest guy.
All right, I'm from the Bronx.
No.
And then
up.
I had this huge lawn. And I'm not a lawn person, okay?
Okay.
With a
We're
pool in
Italian.
the
We
middle.
like cement.
We like cement. I'm not kidding. I like cement. And what happened was he was supposed to mow the lawn.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that time?
I know.
All right,
Dramatic.
so wait,
He
no,
forgot to mow the lawn.
he didn't have the ride-on mower. It was the
The regular mower.
not a old-fashioned
Not
mower.
old fashioned. He was pushing the
It
thing.
was like with gas and stuff
Whatever.
like
Okay.
that. But anyway,
1920 special. Okay.
I mowed the lawn. So
You
he,
did.
yeah.
Oh, that-
So he didn't get any for a long time after that, huh?
No.
There was-
You know what he
there was-
got when
yeah.
when he came out and to say like, why are you mowing the lawn?
Because it's 3 feet high, honey.
That's right, number one. But I didn't say that. I picked up, you know what? You stick the...
Just a little forewarn you. Watch, make sure you know, no
No,
swearing.
there's no bad words.
Okay.
You know when you
I'm
stick...
from the Bronx. I gotta,
no,
you know, there you go.
I don't curse. And I don't drink.
All right,
Well,
so
this
this
is
what you're
gonna be-
sticking them with?
you know the barbecue utensils?
Oh, yeah.
oh,
sure.
Jesus, man.
You know the
The pro-
clip
yeah,
is
yeah.
and
The sticky.
So your name is Lorena
the
Bobbitt from the
pitchfork.
Bronx.
right at him.
There
Really?
you
But
go.
let me tell you, he was fast. He shut the door.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Crack the window.
Now,
No.
Speaking of homes, if you had to have a second home, where would you want it? Where would you want your second home?
The Dominican Republic. Where else?
You
and you have
have
to
a
buy that
second home
condo or that
there.
house from me in the
But you
Dominican Republic.
already have one there.
I know, but if for any of our
That's
listening,
the only place you would want to go. What about you?
I have two places, honestly. I like South Carolina.
Okay,
I've heard that.
I do.
and then
And I like Florida.
you want to come.
I've
here.
always loved Florida. I don't... And I like the Dominican Republic, too.
Hey, you were saying that in the green room.
And I like St. Martin.
Yeah,
If
St.
I-
Martin's nice.
and I like the French side of St. Martin.
Well, if I was going to go anywhere, United States wise, I would go to Maine. I would go to Kennebunkport, Maine.
Really?
Like totally, like now. I would leave my stuff and go now. And if I had to go to Europe, I would be smack dab in the middle of Tuscany.
I haven't been. I would love to
Oh.
go.
My
You have to come out of the DR too.
God, no, that
Yeah,
is
you
just
have
no. You
to.
don't. I got to tell you something. The most enchanting place I have ever been in my life is Tuscany. Like seriously,
But it's not as good as room 228 at the Boca
228.
Resort because 228. Yeah,
No, that's
there's
when you have
two- yeah.
children, though. You don't, unless you want children, go to 228. But if you don't want children, go to Tuscany. It's really nice, man. I got to be honest with you. One of the nicest things I've ever done was go there.
You
Good
loved,
shopping.
you
I did.
loved that trip, that honeymoon. You
17
loved it.
days of actual bliss.
That's
There was
nice.
even a street in Italy called Terenzio. That's my maiden name. Terenzio, Via Terenzio. So excited.
Well, honey, you have a house there. You should have a second home.
Well, actually, you know, my husband almost had a fellowship opportunity there. And he was too nervous because he didn't speak Italian. I'm like, I do. We'll figure it out. And he's like, what if you have a baby there? I'm like, Italy, everybody has a baby. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. But it didn't.
You'd find a room 228.
Dude, there was room 228. That's it. 228 Via Terenzio.
Via Terenzio.
Do we have a phone call?
We do. I believe.
John?
John
is
Walsh
John
is
on
on.
the line?
Hey, Blake, is John online?
John on the line? It's Blake.
He's trying to find him. He's trying to find John Walsh.
I'm here.
You're here? We can't hear you,
we
John.
can't hear him.
You can't hear me?
There
There
you
we
go,
go.
John. We got you.
Okay, good,
John,
good. How
as
you guys
we're, I've known you for many years, you have to take the burrito out of your mouth and you're on the air. Take the tacos out of your mouth. Put the Burger King away.
Yeah, nice. Class.
How you doing, John? I hear you were on a business trip this past weekend.
Yeah, I'm just leaving Omaha, Nebraska.
Not my favorite
anybody
city.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Not my favorite city, John.
Oh, it's beautiful. People have no idea how nice it is. Everyone thinks it's like a little cow town. It's really sophisticated.
I
There's
know
lot
a
of
few
Fortune
cows that
500.
came from that town.
John, when you say sophisticated, it's because they have a Taco Bell, a Burger King, and a Wendy's there?
If you're lucky, they have that.
Mike, the food, the restaurant scene there is pretty awesome.
John, you don't get out much, do you?
Yeah, no, John gets out. You've seen him. He gets out. So, John, tell us, what were you doing in Nebraska?
I was just meeting with some customers. We have a network of offices that we work with in and around the country. So went out there and went out for dinner, and just had a nice time.
That's good. How many offices do you have around the country?
Well, we have some branch offices, 5 branch offices, and then a few other offices that clear business through us as well.
Okay, but your clients don't have to be near the branch office. They can call you directly. They can call into Chicago or wherever, right?
Absolutely, yeah, Mike. Absolutely, the numbers that you guys give. Yes, absolutely.
Great. Tell us about how is the Trump administration and the economy and the effect on all this stuff, having on the markets right now. I'm not saying pro or positive or negative on the administration. I'm just asking, how is the administration's moves so far been affecting the marketplace and the volatility?
Yeah, well, I mean, the stock market's gone up considerably since Trump took office, and in fairness to Obama, it's been about a 5-year bull market, right? And everyone keeps predicting its demise. I'm not sure if that's going to transpire, but a lot of strength. The dollar has exhibited a lot of strength. So you have a lot of things going on globally with respect to currency relationships. the euro and the dollar actually traded at par. They traded at the same price, and then they've corrected. But I do think the dollar will invert the euro currency here ultimately. And the gal was on there. She was talking about St. Martin. Last time I was in St. Martin, the dollar was like at 120,
Right.
and it was crushing the euro. And obviously that's beneficial for people who travel and people who all those things. When the dollar has strength, that we obviously are able to buy more and buy more, especially relative to the European stuffs, which would affect a place like St. Martin, which is beautiful, by the way.
That's great. Well, for all of our listening audience, please, John, give us your contact information on the air and where they can get a hold of you.
Okay, 800-993-5449, info@walshtrading.com. If someone shoots an email or when someone does shoot us an email, we'll respond right away if anyone has any questions. And people can just call and talk and just have a consultation or talk about anything they'd like to look at or learn about, too. There's no obligation.
And, John, you were telling me before, you're planning on being here in South Florida that last week of March, first week of April, correct? So if people want to have a meeting with you and get to know you personally, that you can arrange that?
Well, I might have to reevaluate that trip if you keep talking to me the way you have been. But,
I know you're going to take that back because there's lots of Dunkin' Donuts and Burger Kings down here, and I know you'll be down here. But
South Florida
John,
is the best, the restaurant scene. Yes, I'll be there, and yes, I'd be more than happy to talk to anyone in person.
great, John. Thanks a lot for calling in, and we'll see you soon.
All right, guys, thanks so much. Talk to you.
Take care.
Thanks,
Bye, John.
John. Bye.
Bye.
I love him. He's such a nice guy.
I really enjoyed listening
Isn't
to
he
him.
bright?
Yes.
He's a
so
brilliant
bright.
guy. He's a brilliant guy.
You know what I like about him too, because he doesn't make you feel dumb.
And you forgot to ask him the gold futures. You did that the last show. Actually, he brought it up.
She listens.
I
that's
listen.
great. I like that. I like that.
listens.
Well, I'm not
She
going.
only
I can't
listens
give any
to you.
advice. I'm not
No, I'm
licensed
just-
anymore. But
Right, I'm
Yeah.
just wondering
Yeah, I
what
think-
his perspective may be.
I'm just gonna
I think it's going to go down because I do believe our dollar will go up.
yeah, it's a Fed
I think-
raises rates, then the dollar should
And the
get
gold
strength.
should,
And on most commodities, typically when the dollar gains
Right.
strength, or if the Fed raises rates, the dollar gains strength. Dollar gains strength, commodity prices go down.
I will
That's-
tell you, the dollar's worth nothing in China. 15 cents for every dollar.
boy, we really sounded smart for a moment.
Yeah, it's
Not
kinda
even
crazy.
Bronxy. That
Yeah,
scared
that's
me.
scary.
That
That's
was
scary.
like
No,
an
Joe's going
alternate
to China.
universe.
We just had to do Chinese money. 15 cents our dollar is worth. for
That's
every dollar.
weird.
No,
That
it's
doesn't
inverted.
make
No, it's
For every 1 UN, it's
US.
15 cents a US. UN
Oh,
is
yeah.
what their
Right.
money is. Not
Okay.
a yen, everyone. China is not a yen.
No,
That's Japan.
That's Japan.
all right.
A UN is for China, and it's 15.
So for 15 cents US, you're getting one of theirs. It's like 6 to 1.
Right, it's very
Yeah.
bad. It's a sin. But I
No,
tell you
it's-
one
what do
thing,
you-
we had to
it's
change
inverted. You were
like
talking- it should be good.
$250.
Right.
It's got a stack of money like
right.
this.
Sure. You got.
Don't you remember back in the 80s, the pesos?
Oh, sure.
A jillion
That was
dollars to
fun.
one
Yeah.
peso. It was great. I was in Mexico.
That
I
was
in
a lot of.
Cancun.
Do you remember when you brought us back all the silver and they
I looked like
handmade
one of those donkeys. I had like more silver.
I'm picturing
And
Mike Tyson right now with all the,
Yeah.
the gold chains and the
It's
silver
terrible.
chains around.
Mr. T. It was terrible. All right. So speaking of
You
money,
have some good
all this-
questions. I know you have some
know.
good questions.
No, seriously. Speaking of money, how much money would it take to make you happy?
You know,
You can't afford me, so forget it.
yeah.
who's the most minimalistic person you know?
You are.
So, for my whole life,
I guess.
I think I would be with money well left over to $1 million. I would
life.
be for life. I know that's
about
not a
you?
lot.
I need more. I need more.
Do
If
you?
if your house is paid for, and John and I have talked about this a lot. If your house is paid for, your primary residence is paid for, and you have, let's say, $3 million in liquid cash, making 4 to 5% in municipals, you're looking as your investment portfolio.
Okay.
As your overall investment portfolio, you can make $100,000, $120,000 tax free from Uncle Sam. And if you live in a state like Florida, then you're also
You gotta hang out with your mom.
double tax free, which is great versus a state like California or New York or
Okay.
Illinois or
Exactly.
Pennsylvania, where are higher tax states. So Florida's got a great. That's one of the reasons why Florida keeps growing so quickly, because people are moving from up north down here
I'm
for
just
the taxation.
hoping they don't catch on to that. I mean, I don't know. I think I want enough to be able to send my children to school and like pay off my house. Like, I don't have a problem working. You know, I don't want to have that extra expense. If my kids' education is solidified
Sure.
and then, you know, and the house is paid off, I'm good.
Well, imagine if your house is paid off and you have $100,000 coming in tax free a year. You're not going to be living on first class, but you're going to be having a very nice life,
yeah.
and you can afford to pay taxes on it. Because even though it's a income tax free state, you still have to pay your
Sure.
property taxes, and the property taxes here are much higher
Exactly.
than up north too.
Well, they gotta make it up somewhere.
they gotta make it up
I'm
somewhere.
not sure about that, Mike, because my property taxes are quite high in Jersey.
Yeah, Jersey and New York are it's a different
Jersey's
animal.
a whole
Really?
California, is a different animal. Those,
What
but
is it
most
with
states
them?
up north are much
But
less.
I bought my house
But Maine is a little taxy
in
too.
2006. So I only have 4 years and a few months left.
That's great.
I am
Yay.
counting the months.
That's great.
On
That's
the
great.
other hand, I'm trying to unload my home. I love my house. I really, really do. It's just that it's just too far away for my husband's purposes.
Sure.
So if
Yeah,
you want to go to
tranquility.
Broad's house, give me a call. But it's you know I think that people sometimes overextend themselves and
Sure.
live beyond. I'm not.
That's a
that
credit
girl.
crunch.
But
What
see,
happened in
that's the
2008,
good thing
2009?
about coming from the Bronx, because I think we get that we don't live beyond our means
Yeah, and
because we
think-
didn't have a lot of means.
Think about this. In 2000, I have no idea what the statistics are, but in 2008, 2009, 2010, in the Great Recession,
When everybody
I
went
wonder
upside
when
down.
everybody went upside down completely. People were living for 8 to 10 years on their credit line, home equity lines,
Yes.
and
Yeah,
playing
isn't
off
that
that.
crazy?
And,
I know
and that was
people-
crazy. But now think about the he said, she said comment. How many divorces were caused by the financial
Oh,
stress?
I'm
like
sure.
what type of issues cause husbands and wives, you know,
It's
besides
money and
kids,
kids.
money and kids, right? So
And in-laws, huh?
yeah, well, it's all
That's a
good.
whole
But-
other show. No, but money and kids. I think that people don't realize when it sounds like it's too good to be true.
Yeah.
It is too good.
It
to
is
be
too
true.
good to be true. Yeah, that's
know.
the problem.
But you get caught up in that. I think people get caught up in that and keeping up with the Joneses mentality.
But I never got caught up in that.
No,
in
neither
Village.
one of us did.
I remember living in Rockland where every girl, this was in the 90s, and there was money. And every girl had to outdo each other.
Sure.
I
And
was
I-
never like that.
Caldors was still open, and I had two
That's like
boys,
the-
like I said, a year apart, and they got $3 bathing suits and $3.99 matching
No, I just
outfits
think-
because
like,
I
don't
throw them
get
away.
that. I don't
Right,
get
right.
why women. People feel that they have to put their kids in Ralph Lauren.
And
They're gonna
guess-
throw up on it. Why?
Yeah.
I still shop for my boys proudly in the Walmart.
Why not?
Why?
Say,
When you write a check, then you could shop whatever you want.
That's
You're getting
right,
Walmart
that's right.
clothes right now.
This was crazy what
we
I
have
saw.
2 minutes. I don't like that.
You had another
Blaine.
question, though. You
I
had
do.
some-
I
you had
have
some-
lots of questions. I think this is a really cool question. How would you spend your last day if you knew it was your last day?
if I knew it was my last day,
This was
Is
the
this
last day.
question's
And
for
you
me?
knew,
With my
all of
family.
us.
With my family,
Yeah, me too.
my
I would.
kids, my wife, my parents.
I would.
It's-
You know, I know this sounds crazy, but I'm very much into smell, and I think I would. I
Oh, like
remember
the
when
cigar?
our kids
You
were
want me to
born.
like the
We
cigar?
talked about
Oh,
that all the
when
time.
you
You just smell them,
them.
and I think that that's the most amazing thing, because even when my kids go away, like my son's going to be going away to China for a couple of days, for more than a couple of days. It's like I won't change his sheets because I want the smell of him here, and I won't change it until he comes back. Isn't that terrible? But I think that's so
No, it's
little
important.
not.
And I
psycho.
want
It's a little
my-
psycho.
No, it's
No, I'm
not.
not. I'm
It's
kidding.
ve-
I'm
no,
kidding.
no, it's
Bro.
not.
I think that I already have his stuff packed, and I have something of mine in there, something of Noah's in there, and something of David's in there, so that he has that.
That's nice.
I know.
Put a picture. Put
I'm
a picture
gonna
of
need
a
to be
family picture
medicated.
in the suitcase. Put a family picture.
I think that was the perfect answer, though. He summed it up, family. But, like, how would would it be at home?
Yeah, what would you do? Would you stay at home? Would you
I think so. I think.
Like,
I
if
think
we had that whole day and everything was carte blanche, just say, like, I would take my family where I went to St. John's.
okay.
Okay, that's nice.
That beach is gorgeous there, and it's very spiritual for me. I would take all my children, my family, everybody I can, and we'd eat on the
Would I
beach.
come?
Everybody.
Right.
And
then-
we'd
and
eat
then-
on the beach and celebrate on the beach. And then
And you
when
drink your
it's my
scotch?
time, no,
Your scotch.
maybe sangria. But when it's my time, it's my time.
One sangria, but the bottle is this big.
Yes.
It's way
No,
big.
it's a
It's one
pitcher.
shot. It's one
It's a
shot.
pitcher.
We gotta go to that while you were here. We have to take her to the resort and drink that thing.
That sounds
I love
good. I hear the
sangria.
There's our
music.
music. We're going. You got to call us, guys. 1-888-565-1470. Call us next week. Next week, you will be here.
I will be here.
I will be here. She will not. Maybe you will be here.
I
don't
will
know.
be here.
She
You'll be
might
here.
be
Well,
here
hey,
again.
come on back.
All
Come
right,
on
and
back.
we'll see you next week. Thanks for joining us. Give us a call. Give us your comments on Facebook. Anything you want us to talk about. Get us on our website, he said, she said, South Florida Style, SOFLA.com. We'll see you next week. Have a great week. Thank you,
Thank
Blake.
you.
You've been listening to and watching He Said, She Said South Florida Style. Join us every Monday at 6:30 p.m. on AM 1470 WNN and 95.3 FM. Or watch live on Facebook, Periscope, or AMP2 TV to talk about hot topics and what makes opposites attract.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.